Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing, my friends? Welcome. Greetings and welcome. Happy Thursday to you. My dog is whining behind the door. I don't think you'll be able to hear her, but she's very sad right now because Mrs. Magoots is taking the garbage out and the dog can't go with her. So she's very sad. DJ, my friend, congrats on being first honk. Crystal, good morning to you. Hope everyone is well this morning. Same to you, my friend. Hope that cough continues to dwindle away. Lady Iron, good morning. Bookpunk, howdy to you. Morning to you, Coleman. Here comes Let's Go. Get fired up. Also morning all. Happy Thor's Day. Thor's Day. Thor. Morning to you, Ursa. Time for coffee and brekkies. Yeah, are you able to hear them when I'm talking? You wouldn't be able to hear them when I'm not talking, but I've got one. So I have two doors in here. I've got one dog at this door, one dog at that door. Yeah, they are both now whining. But poor doggo. Morning, Comma and Crumble. Good morning to you. Doing pretty well so far. I'll be honest though, this right contact lens of mine is kind of trying to make me upset, I guess. Hopefully it'll clear up. I just feel like I'm having to blink away like a cloud, which is not, I don't know, these I just put them in, so it shouldn't have to be like that, but yeah. So, my friends, as is scheduled today, we're going to be jumping into more Cyberpunk. I hope you're excited for that. Yesterday, the Cyberpunk video was released, the first video, I should say. There are kind of two more in the tank, if you will, before I have to record again. And then there's also another Dishonored 2 video coming this weekend as well. So things are starting to, I don't know, at least, how to put this. Things are starting to shape up on the YouTube front the way that I hoped they would, in terms of like trying to settle into a schedule and a rhythm. Not really a schedule necessarily, but a rhythm is definitely more the right word. Because I don't have a set schedule of like I have to be on this day and this day for YouTube. That's not really what I'm up to. But Spooky, good morning, dude. Yeah, indeed, streamlining the flow for YouTube content. Indeed. So, trying to basically, my goal is, if at all possible, well, not if at all possible. My goal is 1 to 2 videos per week. And then the way this week fell, I had, it's going to end up being, I think, 3 within the 7-day period. So, but then to kind of fill the gaps with some shorts, and the shorts are just basically highlights, or not even necessarily highlights, but just bits of the full video. So yeah, love to hear it though. Indeed, starting to get a taste of that same feeling. As it's a good feeling though, right? Just being able to settle into the rhythm that you're hoping to settle into. Like, I'm not holding myself to any extremely strict standards. It's just that, like, this is what I was hoping to do, you know, if that makes sense. Because it doesn't, I don't know that it's super beneficial to, like, take a hard line, you know, okay, I've got to be on this day and this day, you know, because sometimes things happen. Even if you plan accordingly, sometimes things happen. Moe, how you doing today? Hopefully you're well rested, my friend. Unrelenting cough from being sick days and going on weeks ago that is holding on like the jaws of life as if fused to the inner depths of the 9th circle of my soul. Did I probably and fully articulate just how bloody annoying this is? I think you did, yeah. And that's, I know exactly what you mean though. That's the thing, is like, I know exactly that feeling. It's the cough that lingers. And for me, the cough mostly disrupts my sleep, which then just makes my attitude a little bit more poopy, you know? But yeah, it's like you can get sick and be sick for like 3 days, but then the cough lingers for weeks. So, and pre-COVID, I was like, oh, you know, that's that's just how it is. Now, you know, post pandemic, it's like, well, do I have the vid? And so then I end up testing, you know, like multiple times. I've not had one come back positive yet, but they just kind of linger, you know. It does make Lutz a grumpy monkey. Good, Lutz. So happy it's Friday for me. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You got any good plans coming up for the weekend, Moe? This weekend is sort of the last... Well, I don't know if that's really the case. I've got some competitions starting up. They're starting up next week, but they're on Friday, not Saturday. I'm used to Saturday competitions. So I get a day off work. I'm going to do this real fast. This contact is seriously... There must be something on it, but I don't know how. I'm used to Saturday competitions, which basically take up my entire Saturday. So it's kind of nice when they're on Fridays, because then I still get the 2 days for the weekend, you know. Pretty cool. But Woodsy, how you doing? Hey, everyone. How you doing, Woodsy? Hopefully barbecue/Mario Party with friends. Oh, I like the sound of that. We were just talking about... Were we just talking about barbecue yesterday, or was that 2 days ago? Barbecue. Haven't had any in a while. At least not any noteworthy, I guess. But yeah, so it's gonna be, this weekend for me is gonna be, I think, relatively chill. I actually haven't even planned out my exact schedule. I need to figure out what Mrs. Magoots' schedule is, and then try to, you know, kind of go from there. So, you ever have the palm of your hands just itch uncontrollably and won't stop? So irritating. Crumble, I actually have. Like when the palm of your hands itches, it's such a weird thing. Like, I don't know, scratching it is not satisfying. It's just kind of I don't know, the way that those that part of your body works, I guess. Like, I just I don't know. There are certain parts, like if you get in, for me, and another one too, if I get an itch on my foot, like my feet are kind of ticklish. They don't, like the bottom of my foot, it doesn't, if I get an itch there, it doesn't really, it's not satisfying to scratch it. It's almost like the itch is below the surface of the skin or something. I don't know, but what, okay, did you say are you back with breakfast too, Ursa? If so, what are we nomming on? I'm invited, Lutz, come over. Okay, let me just book my tickets to Australia real fast. And that should be a very easy trip for me. Scratching doesn't help at all. They say when your hand itches, it means a good amount of money is coming your way. Oh, shoot. That would explain why my hands rarely itch, I guess. Ursa, I want breakfast, right? I wish, yeah. Or you have an internal parasite. A mushroom cheddar omelet, just 1 egg used. Oh, mushroom cheddar. I could get on board with that. Oh, tomorrow is payday. There you go. Let's see. Is tomorrow my payday? Actually, I think it is. Bookbug. Bits for the itch. Oh, they don't itch anymore. Weird. Cheers to you, Book. Thanks so much, my friend. Cheers up. Thanks for that horrid thought. Not gonna stress over that now. Yeah. No egg could settle for 1 egg. That would also, yeah, I would say that would be a pretty small omelet. Maybe I could do like in that case, I could do like a mushroom cheddar egg sandwich. I guess if I threw some bread on there too. But trying to make breakfast more and it feels more satisfying than a hard-boiled egg. Gotcha. Glad to be of service, DJ. Bits and itches equals bit. It's mostly mushrooms though. Okay. Nice. I mean, shoot, I like mushrooms. I do. My favorite time to eat mushrooms is on pizza. I like a good Actually, mushroom and sausage pizza. Not only, I mean, I'll eat other ones too. But yeah, I love mushrooms. I know a lot of people don't like them, and I don't really understand, especially as like, you know, what's used primarily on food. And I don't know, they don't really have like a huge flavor. So something lewd and provocative. Haven't had coffee yet. Mushrooms and onions on a pizza, they are good, right? Mushrooms are the bomb. We have a baller mushroom ramen. A mushroom ramen? My brain misfired again. I thought you said eggs and sausage pizza. Barf. I mean, a breakfast pizza is pretty solid too. But you won't like mushrooms after you watch The Last of Us? I've played The Last of Us. Does that count? My dad won't eat anything that a mushroom touch. I don't mind them. So you don't go out of your way to add them to like food, but if they're there, you're not upset about it. I can't eat that many a day. The cardiologist said one a day is fine. Oh, of eggs. I assume that's due to the yolk, just because like egg yolks are very high in cholesterol, I think. What is it? Like one large egg, large like grade A egg is like, I think it's something like 66% or more of your daily value of cholesterol, something like that. It's a lot. So yeah. It would take something pretty horrible to ruin my love of mushrooms. My husband got a Brecky's pizza, and I nearly spewed when I saw the soft-boiled eggs on it. Like scrambled eggs? Do you not like scrambled eggs? I've only ever seen, I've only ever seen like scrambled eggs on breakfast pizza, but mushrooms are no bueno. So Coleman and Moe are on team no mushroom. Huh. I love cholesterol. Cholesterol is generally pretty tasty. Yeah. That's weird. Now I'm a glutton of epic proportions, but even that turns me off. Ew. It was sunny side up. Okay, yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Although I mean, it's, honestly, I'll eat an egg pretty much anyway. Except for just straight up like Rocky style. I won't drink it out of a glass, but that's about it. My cholesterol's pretty good, but he just doesn't want me to start bad habits when I love full eggs. Yeah, definitely. So maybe, what would you think about getting like, if you do like one whole egg and then maybe some extra like egg whites to supplement? I mean, if you're still hungry, you know, like if you're satisfied with the one egg omelet, then shoot, do that, you know. But yeah, I've been getting the liquid egg whites, and they actually are super convenient. I love eggs so much. Mushrooms are gross. Okay, so also Iron doesn't like mushrooms. Mayo Clinic, health experts now suggest eating as little dietary cholesterol as you can, aiming to keep intake under 300 milligrams a day. One large egg has about 186 milligrams. Okay, all of which is found in the yolk. Yeah, the yolks are so freaking good, though. You know? Oh, they're so freaking good. They're not my favorite, but I love the Salisbury steak recipe with mushrooms we have sometimes. Oh, mushrooms yeah. Like I also like mushroom sauces for pasta, but also like a mushrooms with steak are also very good. One egg has 62% cholesterol on average. Yeah. All these no mushroom people, it's just surprising. I mean, not actually surprising. I know a lot of people don't like mushrooms, but what is it about the mushrooms? Like, what is it? Is it the taste? Is it the texture? Is it the look? Is it like the fact that it's a fungus, you know, like the connotation of it? What is it about mushrooms that you don't like? I've done that, but the one egg does it for me for sure. Runny yolk goes hard. I also do like runny yolks. Yeah. Coffee is really the thing that fills me. Now I'm hungry. What's everyone else having for brekkies? I'm going to have my usual after this. I'm going to have a bowl of, they're called oat squares. I don't know what oat squares makes them sound way less like flavorful than they are. They're actually like fairly flavorful. But yeah, I throw about a cup. It's not very much. It's maybe 1 cup in the bowl, and then I top it with pepitas and some peanut butter, and that's what I eat. It's like that's my cereal. It's Oat Squares cereal, but there's so that's the store brand that I have, but there's also a Quaker brand, and I don't remember what they call theirs, but yeah, Oat Squares sounds like the most generic thing ever. I don't remember what Quaker calls theirs, but they're actually pretty good. They're pretty good. The Quaker ones are yum. Yeah, they're good. They're a little bit, I would say, a little too crunchy for me. They are pretty good after they sat in the milk for just a little bit, because then it's a nice blend of, like, there's still a crunch to them, but they're not like shaking my entire vision when I'm chewing them, you know? So I'm gonna be able to spite plant mushrooms all over Iron Space on Valheim. Also like avocado with my eggs. Oh, avocado's top tier. Avocado and egg is dope. I was gonna say, show of hands, millennials. Avocados. Stuffed mushrooms, yum. Oh, can't get behind avocado unless it's guac. Why is that? Avocado is actually, like, guac is like smashed up avocado, you know? Like, the texture of actual avocado is pretty good without smashing it all down. Make a smothered chicken with mushrooms on it. It's so good. Oh, sounds very good. I'll have to post the stuffed mushies recipe. Both for people, taste and texture. I love them myself. Watched Fantastic Fungi on Netflix. It's a pretty cool documentary. Huh. I've never heard of that. For me, a newer mushroom lover, it was texture totally. Interesting. Okay, that was your big block. Can't eat guac, so I have to have avocado. That does sound horrible. No, why no guac? Totally understandable. It's actually one of my favorite parts of mushrooms. The texture. Oh, you're allergic to cilantro and tomatoes? Oatmeal makes me want to barf. Texture-wise, the extreme mushiness makes me ill. Oh, and it's not oatmeal. Oat squares. They're, yeah, oatmeal is very soft. Like, these oat squares are extremely crunchy. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I love both of those to the extreme. I could do without cilantro, but tomatoes... I did not used to like tomatoes growing up, but I like them as an adult now. Need the cilantro, lime, onions to make it taste good. Your DJ has it out for me today. Oh, I'm a millennial, book. I'm extra millennial. So of course I eat avocado toast is what I'm saying. But if I just saved on my avocado toast, I could then be absolutely stinking rich in my retirement, as all of the memes go. You've made it easy today. I'm not sorry. You've come out attacking mushrooms. How dare you? The texture. The texture of mushrooms are good, huh? I mean, I don't know. I think I actually don't mind the texture of mushrooms. It is, I will say though, when there is like a vegetarian dish where the mushrooms are swapped out instead of meat, that's when I'm like, okay. Not for me. Not for me. I'll DM you to let you know how you can punish me. I don't know how to respond to this. I love oatmeal with just butter and cinnamon, but I'm a slut for cinnamon. Cinnamon's honestly very good. Extra millennial checking in. Millennial. Indeed, millennials in a slut. How did we slut for cinnamon? I'm going to be honest. That's yet another phrase I did not expect to read out loud today. But, you know, here we are. I'm a slut for cinnamon. Raw tomatoes never do it for me. Got to be cooked down some. I definitely felt that way. That was basically how I was. Like, tomatoes was not a fan of until they were in a dish. But the thing that actually kind of changed my mind was bruschetta. I love me some good bruschetta, you know? The like nice toasted bread with the like tomato pile on top of it with the seasonings and whatnot and the dressing. That's what changed it for me. I was like, you know what? Tomatoes are good. They are. So now, like, you know, salsa, like chunky salsa, pico. Good stuff. I like it all. Do you love oatmeal too, though? Oatmeal is, I got to be in the right mood for oatmeal for me. But I've never been like, ugh, you know, I don't know. I just got to be in the right mood. That's all. Meat them there if they are cooked and my allergic reaction won't be as bad. So it sucks like things like salsa. Ketchup makes me have super bad sores in my mouth. Oh, ketchup's disgusting anyway. You're not missing out on that, Crumble. Sugary tomato water. Like, I'm just, no, it's, no, not for me. Not for me. You need to reveal the punishment in chat because we all want to know. Cinnamon is your fave? Okay, do you guys ever drink, like, I tried this before and it was actually solid, but it was when I first started drinking coffee black. I wasn't really, I don't know, like, I had heard growing up that coffee is an acquired taste. And I now believe that to be true. But some people had suggested, like, oh, just put a little bit of cinnamon in your coffee. You know, that'll help give it a little bit of extra, you know, a little bit of extra flavor that's not quite as bitter as you're getting used to it. And I actually did that. And it was a little different, but not bad. Not bad. Cinnamon still, my most favorite cinnamon drink is cinnamon Coke. It is like exceedingly difficult to find. I don't know if they still make it anymore. But my goodness, cinnamon Coke is like amazing. It sounds weird. We got it because we were like, huh, that's weird. I wonder if that's any good. And we tried it and like almost like pretty much instant addiction, you know? But it used to be, it was like a holiday drink and they've not had it every year, I feel like. So, Charles, good morning to you. Busy morning, but all okay. I'm glad you're okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome in, Charles. You still take the tomato off it when your mom makes it? Really? Just cheese, basil, bread is good. Interesting. Cinnamon, like snickerdoodle cookies, cinnamon in my coffee. Yeah, okay, that's so funny because I didn't even read your message before I started rambling on about cinnamon coffee. I like almost all tomato-based products, but I don't like tomatoes themselves. Huh. Is it another texture thing? Because I get that. That was one thing that I was definitely not a fan of, was that like tomatoes when they're like fresh are not, I don't know. They're squishy, but not at the same time. Husband put cinnamon on his coffee for the first time over the holidays. He was chewing his coffee. Pretty sure she played chicken in one. Yeah. You laugh so hard. Oh gosh. I love coffee. Same. Ketchup goes good with pie. With pie? Wait, what kind of pie are we talking here, Moe? I'll deal with one on a burger. I'm mostly the same. I love black coffee so much. I don't know now. Like my coffee tastes have changed because I like black coffee, but I also like the frou-frou coffee drinks, as Charles puts them. You know, like a pumpkin spice latte. I mean, I know that's very little coffee, but you know, I'm for it. Coffee with half and half, a little creamer of choice, Cool Whip, and cinnamon on stop. Certain it'll be a problem at some point. How many do you have an idea of how many cups you drink a day, Pookie? Good morning, Mr. Cheese. Coffee is definitely an acquired taste, and the smell alone will make me full on sick to my stomach. The smell? Oh my gosh. So if I'm like, it's funny. Smelling coffee like straight out of the cup is, I mean, I don't mind the scent, but it's not as nice as like walking into a coffee shop and smelling the beans of the coffee. That's the real, like, just chef's kiss, you know? Cinnamon Coke, I need that right now. If you can find some on like Amazon or something, Crumble, I would recommend it. If you've never had it and that sounds good to you, give it a shot. Not late, right on time, because you're here. Exactly. I'm a black coffee drinker too. You get used to it. You do, yeah. Coca-Cola Cinnamon, the most festive flavor of the season, is back. Get this limited time fall favorite. Enjoy the original taste of Coca-Cola with a dash of cinnamon. It's so freaking good. Like, I was very surprised at how much I liked it because we got it just thinking like, oh, you know, every now and then we, you know, if we go to the store in person, which has not been too often anymore, we see something and we're like, oh, that seems interesting. Let's try it out. That was the thing that we tried out that shopping trip, and it was like life-changing. I'll need to find that cinnamon Coke for my hubby. The flavor of raw tomatoes is what it is, so different from cooked. It is a lot different. That is true. It's like more, there's actually more flavor in cooked tomatoes, I feel like. I don't know how people bite into tomatoes like they're apples and need some sort of vinegar and spices to go with it. I don't do that. Yeah. Tried Pepsi Fire, which was cinnamon flavored. Not a fan of spicy soda. Pepsi Fire was cinnamon flavored? Huh. I didn't know that Pepsi did something similar. You don't like how cherry tomatoes explode in your mouth. I'm also not a fan of that. Raw tomatoes are hit or miss to me. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I have a fishy taste to them. Huh. A beef pie with ketchup. Okay. Yeah, yeah, not so in the US, pie for us is a dessert, a sweetness, but you know, in other parts of the world they make other types of pies. I mean, we of course we can have other pies too, it's just not nearly as common. Like chicken pot pie, I guess, would be, you know, fairly common. Cherry tomatoes with a little salt is the bomb. I'm gonna say I'm very concerned. Michelle, good morning. How you doing today, Michelle? I drink like 6 cups minimum. Wait, really? Do you actually? Some days much less or none. Some days much more. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay, it might be a problem. It might be a problem. I love the smell of coffee brewing. Same. Living with Octi & Co., they have a bean grinder, and for home coffee, I don't think I could go back to full-time drinking pre-ground stuff with the exception of my Timmy's caffeinated garbage water coffee. Timmy's caffeinated garbage water coffee. Is it the same as Mexican cola? I'm not sure. Can't even go to a 7-Eleven to get my aunt's coffee or they'll be cleaning my breakfast out of an empty coffee pot. Oh, geez. Cinnamon Coke sounds disgusting, but I want to try it. I don't know. It just works. It just works, Moe. I really don't know how to explain it. It's not like I can just go grab a Coke and add cinnamon. Yeah, it's like a cinnamon syrup, though, so I think it's a little different, but... Chaotic, hello! Currently laid in bed watching on mobile, and Mystique is laying on my stomach under the duvet, so I'm stuck here, right? No plans until she moves. I grow my own as well. I even have a hand grinder at work. Maybe if I just add Fireball to my Coke, now that could work. Yeah, Epic Classic, very nice. Sounds like a dream, to be honest. Fireball and Dr. Pepper slaps. Tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's the best. Nice spooky, but at some point I'm going to want to get up and eat, right? 6 cups of coffee. I don't know if I can do that. Some days I have 2. Very, very rarely I have 2. But anymore, I have the 1 cup in the morning, and then I have another dose of caffeine later, but it's usually like, you know, like a Mio or sparkling ice caffeine. So it's a little less than coffee. What's going on, K Dizzle? How you doing? Coke Slurpee with Jack Daniel's Fire is real good. A Slurpee? Ooh. We had a tester at work who brought in a full-size espresso machine along with cappuccino set and used to have his own little cafe there. He wasn't a great tester, but he sure made a good cappuccino. Like, we should keep this guy around. I don't see any mod controls on mobile, so go wild, chat. Coleman's also lurking around in the background, and I know Iron's still getting her bearings, but she's around here somewhere too. So, operators are standing by. All right. It's not for everyone. My dad was a truck driver, so I inherited that from him. I found that the older I get, the less coffee I find is comfortable to drink in a day. Too many, and I start getting that fun fast anxiety. Yeah. I know what you mean, though. Honestly, when I very first started drinking coffee, I had I usually just had like an 8-ounce cup at home, and then Mrs. Magoots had a free cup of coffee that she could order from Panera, but she wasn't going out, and so she just ordered it for me, and I went and I picked it up on the way to work, and I was just freaking lit up that day. Like, oh man, I was typing so fast, like it was wild. I don't know. I could seriously, I texted her and I was like, what is in Panera's coffee? I'm shaking right now. Yeah, it was interesting. So, but really it was just because it was like double the size of a normal coffee. It wasn't anything really different. It was just double the size. It's like drinking icy hot. Is that, wait, and that is a preferred feeling, Kay? I'm confused. Can't even drink espresso. One time Starbucks gave me espresso and I was bounced off the walls. My coworkers were so done with me. So yeah, especially if you guys drink coffee while fasted, which is what I do as well. So if you get up and you drink coffee without having any food whatsoever in your stomach, it's going to have a larger effect on you. So just to throw that out there. My father-in-law had said, he's like, yeah, I drink coffee. You know, I can drink it pretty much anytime. It doesn't ever keep me awake. And I said, well, do you ever drink it on an empty stomach? He goes, no, never. I was like, well, that's part of it right there. It doesn't have the same effect if you've got food in you. I mean, much like alcohol, right? It's the same kind of concept. So. Mods are trapped under cats. There's no rule. Snape kills Dumbledore. Jeez. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Have you tried that Death Wish coffee? I've not, but I'm curious if anybody else has. Haven't? I don't want to pay the extra cost. Yeah. I think I have to hold down on the message on my screen. Almost timed out Spooky just now. Well, he would have deserved it. Spoils. Spooky spoiling Harry Potter. Move, thank God, been stuck here for an hour. Also, the inquiries into what apparent kinks you were going to subject me to. Blame Ursa. I'm free. Oh, I don't care about HP. Yeah, Iron says, I'll allow it. Doesn't taste like drinking icy hot. Just that would be very gross, but it's cold and spicy at the same time. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. If it's my punishment, I feel I would be the subject. That's very true. Suppose I'd be willing participant. Wait, what? Blame me for what? You know, yeah, exactly. Everything. I tried Death Wish and wasn't impressed with the taste or caffeine kick. So I tried the extra caffeinated Bones coffee, and it was kind of the same deal. I didn't really feel that much different with it. I don't know, the taste of it wasn't anything crazy to me. So I was today's years old when I realized why I can't/don't drink coffee. I'm a gulper. I watched Luch just now sipping. I'm thinking, did he even get any liquid? The funny thing is that Mrs. Magoots says the exact same thing about me. Like she'll get a drink and she'll hand it to me and be like, here, try this. And I'm like, okay. And it's like, yeah, it's just a very tiny sip. She's like, you didn't even taste it. I'm like, I did too. You know? But yeah, she said the same thing. Did you even get any like liquid? But yeah, especially when it's... I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Hey, buddy, you want coffee? Especially when it's hot. Yeah, I definitely am a very small sip kind of guy. I was getting pretty toasty with the duvet on, a cat and my PJs. I believe that. I'm just happy to be here. You're kink, Ursa. Wish I could stick around, but got work in the morning. Catch everyone tomorrow. Peace. Moe, get some rest, my friend. Surprise, motherfucker. Moe, I hope you get some rest, though, my friend. And good luck with work tomorrow as well. I'm just innocently drinking my coffee. Gulping hot coffees seems like it wouldn't turn out well. Yeah, exactly. Has anyone ever done that? Like swallowed something before you realize it's like scalding hot? That's a terrible feeling. I was chat talking about coffee and no one has mentioned my cat poop coffee. I feel that comes up every time now. I love that one of your tags is chatty, very true to form. It is, yeah. Well, so it's funny. I don't know. the reason I put it on there is because I've realized, Iron, that some people just want pure gameplay. Like, they don't want any commentary whatsoever. Whereas when I'm playing, I'm pretty much constantly talking. And then not only that, but yeah, we do the just chatting part for a while too. So that's why I put it in there, just so people know, like, you know, it's kind of, it's like, hey, just so you know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, they'd find out within the first couple seconds, but you know, some people are just looking for gameplay. Even on Twitch, they are. So that's more common on YouTube though, where it's on demand. But that was for you, Charles. I can't sip things. I'm not English. I refuse to sip things like I'm bloody drinking tea. You have a cat named Poop Coffee? Fake news. I don't sip. It takes me like 5 minutes to finish a cuppa. Wish I could see stats from what tags bring people in. Do you mean on your stream or on my stream or like any stream? That used to be a thing. I don't know. Is it not a thing anymore? That used to be a thing, at least. Is it on, maybe is it on the stream summary? I don't know. That used to be something. Maybe it's not anymore, but yeah. Yes, all, but mostly mine. Right, exactly. Yeah. That makes sense. Do not go to Frost Caves alone. I repeat, do not go into Frost Caves alone. I shan't, Woodsy. Not quite. That's what's so great about this stream and your audience interaction. I mean, I agree. I agree with that. I like having the talky talk with my friendy friends, you know? Yes, all but mostly mine. Spooky and Slothy are also really good at interacting with us plebes. Is that a combination of plebs and weebs? But I agree. They absolutely are. Now I'm hungry after all this. Thanks. Jeez. Thanks, Obama. My favorite was when Obama actually made a Thanks Obama video. That was actually like top tier. I screamed so loud when I went in one. Oh, goodness. That, taken out of context, Woodsy. Oh, my. Your streaming chat is why I get no work done in the mornings. Well, I am happy to oblige, Ursa. I am a big fan of not working, you know? It's my favorite part. Fish and chips today? Nom nom. Oh, yummies. Oops. Wouldn't trade it for anything. You guys are awfully kind, you know? For realsies. For realsies. I've mentioned it many a time, but, you know, I also would not trade it, you know? I would not. I get nothing done usually between 8 and 9. Is it like the time leading up to the meeting, basically? Didn't even check to make sure. Okay, loot spot goods is in fact enabled, so that's good. I didn't even open that part, that window today. That's why I don't leave the door open any longer. I mean, I know you didn't today either, but that's why. Nice. Well, go scare him off, maybe. There are birds in the garage, and Mrs. Magoots is scared about it. It'll be fine, though. You'll be fine. 9 is usually when you get around to playing the game. That's also true. Yeah, so in about 10 minutes, we'll start playing. Yeah. Start your stream until I start meeting prep, for sure. I try not to be serious, but on a serious note, you guys really help my mental health. Of course, Ursa. You guys help mine, too. There's nothing wrong with that. Burbs. I love burbs. I don't trust burbs. No, us too. Fully agree. Get so much of my social fulfillment here. Same. 100%. We're not living in a Hitchcock world. Burbs are fine. They're fine. Totally fine. Found this place early in pandemic, and holy crap, waking up every day to this great space did wonders for me. Honestly, like it helped me out a lot too, DJ. Seriously. Yeah, because I started this channel started, this schedule started mid-November. But yeah, it wouldn't have been possible. Like I mean, not to say it wouldn't have been possible without COVID. Like it could have still been possible, but this schedule would not have been possible. So that's like one of the few bright spots I take out of it is that like I settled into this schedule because we started working from home, and so I didn't have to worry about commuting and all that other stuff. So also I didn't go to the gym in the mornings anymore. I used to do that. So honestly, this has been a lot better than anything else I could have been doing. But yeah, waking up every day with this great space of wonders for me is same for me though. 100% DJ. I like you guys seriously have, it means a lot. It means a lot to hear that, because I've said this many a times, even before I met a lot of you guys actually, is that I feel extremely fortunate because, I'm not a massive Twitch channel by any means. I've not, quote unquote made it. By making it, I mean like, this isn't my full-time job, right? But in a lot of ways, I feel like I have made it because, the whole goal of what I set out to do when I created a Twitch channel has essentially been fulfilled, and so in a lot of ways I have made it, and that's like just due to having good people around me, really good people around me. So unleash some bees in the garage. I think they get along really well, and then they will leave. Oh gosh, Ursa, my goodness. Thank you so much for the 100 gold coins. Oh, I have to tell you guys, I haven't seen it yet, but Mrs. Magoots crafted a tankard for me, I guess. She did that last night, so I'm curious. I'm excited to see what it's going to end up being like. But we may have a new tankard in our future. Gosh, how is this like splashing? Cheers! It's not even that full. Cheers. and Charles as well. Cheers. Thank you so much, Charles, because we love you, Lutz. My goodness. We love you too, Charles. Cheers. I love you guys so much. We love you, Ursa. I like looking back, it's always hard to, it's such a weird thing. And I don't mean to like, I don't know. I'm just going to say it. I don't know if it's weird to say or not, but like you have people come in to chat, right? And they come in and they chat and they're like, and you're like, man, this person's pretty cool. I'm glad they made it today. And then next thing you know, like you realize like, time passes. You're like, man, this person's been here like extremely often over the last, period of time. But it's so funny because you never know, like when somebody comes in and, drops a follow or whatever it is, you never know if they're going to become like a quote unquote regular, which is, it's just, I feel extremely fortunate for that. We've like the ones that we've had that come back and continue coming back are just like, I'm just so thankful to have you guys because you're just such good people. Like we just don't, we don't, like some people on Twitch could be plagued by regulars who are kind of like in that, we have trolls, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? But they're trolls in like a not endearing way, and so I just thank you guys seriously for choosing to spend your time with me on a regular basis. Like I'm so appreciative of that. But like I said, you never know. Like you just never know when somebody comes in and follows. You're like, oh, there's a future regular right there, So close we have to regular trolls, delicious, right? But it's in an endearing way, you know what I mean? And yeah. So. And Charles, and I almost said that too, and Charles, but it's in a good way. It's in an endearing way, No, I mean, we love trolling from time to time, of course, but. My cousin just discovered Stardew Valley on the PS4 yesterday, and she showed me, and she was like, OMG, look at this game. It'll be cool to see your cousin in 6 months when they emerge from the addiction, right? Yeah. I told her it goes really deep. Yeah. Got to get it for Switch now and start playing it. I also would like to get it for Switch, too. I have it on mobile, so I could play it on my tablet. But I kind of like the idea of, like, the analog aspect of it. It's actually really good on mobile though too, so I should probably try it. Also, my tablet has the has like the pen. It has an S Pen to it, so it's actually pretty solid. I can, you know, tap a little more precisely with that. I should try it on the tablet before I give up and say I only want to play it on the Switch. I told her I played on the iPad and probably gonna get loads of text messages with questions. Oh, you will for sure. Yeah. Just sat at my PC and saw the dates. My mom's B-Day tomorrow. Almost forgot what day it was tomorrow. The 20th? Well, happy birthday to Mama Chaotic. A day early. Totally not me sniffing up tears over my Timmy's caffeinated garbage water. We love you, DJ. My gosh. Yes, another Mrs. Mug. Yeah, so this is her first time ever trying to out a tanker. She said she thought she did a pretty good job on it. She is still new to pottery, but she forgot to take a picture of it. So I have no idea. It's going to be a surprise when it shows up. We'll continue pelting you with coins if you stay with us forevers and evers. I will do my absolute dang best, Ursa. My wife made a whole cup from scratch last night. It has to be one of the best marriage flexes I've ever heard. She also, I think, she was excited to start learning like bowls and plates and stuff because she's like, I'd love to make some actual like, you know, dinnerware type stuff. I totally implied I'm paying you to spend time with me. Do you think if my orange juice says it expired yesterday, it's still good today? I bet so, yeah. My iPad, as it was half the price, I really like the controls. Finished it on there, and I bought it on PC and really hated the controls. It would be good on Switch or Steam Deck, though, I think. Yeah, I think so, too. Yeah, those are suggestions. Yeah, the smell test is what I do. Normies, yeah. Normies is a good word, too. It's probably fine. I do that with milk. I mean, shoot, I just finished a gallon of milk yesterday that I think expired on January 7th. But the smell test has never led me wrong. You know, like as soon as it starts smelling sour, I don't use it, but it smelled like normal milk. So I just kept using it. Here I am. Stomach was fine. Everything tasted fine. Fully agree and embody those feelings. Salutes. I'm always like surprised. Like, wow, I'm a part of someone's schedule. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's a specific type of person that gets along in here. There's a certain trait. I don't know it though. You do have to earn your ability to troll 100%. Yeah. And hearts to you, Michelle. Do I have the ability to do this relatively quickly? There it is. Nailed it. Hard not to be a regular here. I was seriously mad I missed a stream and broke my streak. Ursa. My goodness. Can't quite find the right word for it, but just quality people. Agreed. It's fantastic on iPad if you have a pen. Yeah, so that's what I'd like to try because I do have, I mean, it's not an iPad. It's an Ultra Tab, but it has an S Pen as well. Anyone here watch What We Do in the Shadows? Because I can't stop thinking of real trolls when someone says troll. No, what's that about? May not be the biggest Twitch channel, but you Loots are a legend in the hearts and minds of this community, and the amount of good you do for all of the people that come through here. Giving people a great place to be is not measurable. My friend Silver doesn't think she has done all the good she has either, so I get it, but meeting her on Twitch changed my whole life, so did meeting you. Crystal, my gosh. And that's the thing that I think I don't remember if I ever actually said this out loud or not, but like I totally underestimated Twitch when I first started out on it. Just the ability to connect with people, you know? It is vastly underrated for that. Until you actually experience it, like it's hard to quantify, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to explain to somebody, you know, because that's the thing is like, you know, some members of our family have asked like, oh, well, you know, what is streaming like? And it's like, well, you know, or I'll say like, you know, I actually like, I'll mention, you know, like one of my friends that I met online, you know, and it's funny because until you experience that, they're just sort of like, oh, okay, cool, you know. But it's like, no, I say friends online, but really, I mean, I don't have to add the, like, I don't have to add the specifics of online, you know what I mean? Because you guys are my friends, right? Like it's, yes, we like mainly communicate via being online, but it's like, honestly, that's what a lot of like IRL friendships are too, especially once you start moving away, you know? So. Mom's and my sister's birthday. Wait, they're on the same day? What games are we talking about on the Switch? Stardew Valley in this particular case. But play the trial for a week on Switch. I liked it, but wasn't sure I want to spend that much on it. I think it's less now, and I've heard so much talk about it. I'm going to have to get it. My mom will be 58, and I have no idea how old my sister is. I have like 14 siblings, so they know I forget. Banj, hey, how you doing? Sorry, it took me a while to get caught up on chat. I'm still catching up. So, but I apologize for the delay and welcome you. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? Very merry time zone to you. Your mom is quite a bit younger than mine, Chaotic. My mom is, let's see, 1957. She'll be 66. She'll be 66 next month, the end of next month. Merry morning, not morning to you, right? It's a long time for milk to last. It is. I felt very lucky with this gallon because, yeah, sometimes I've had some that, you know, you look at the expiration date and it's like a week in the future and I smell it and I'm like, nope, this milk isn't good anymore. One of the Crystal, I just got to say, you're one of the most kindest, most articulate and genuine people I've had the pleasure of meeting on Twitch.television. I just think you're very cool. What he said. What he said. Twitch.television. I know Spooky says that all the time and it's freaking funny. Hey, Fat Knuckle, been lurking for like 45 minutes. How you doing today? Sorry I didn't say hello until now either, but just cooking fish and chips. Good is a relative term, but for the most part, I'm awake and functioning, right? Nice. Spooky, please call me Twitch.tv. Twitch.television was my father. Sounds like you're bossing it to me. Pates, welcome in. I don't know all the Twitch lore. Yeah, I thought your father was Justin.television. I don't know all the Twitch lore. We absolutely do, comma, for sure. We have a great community. OG Loot, so it started as a movie done by Taika and Jermaine Clement. It's a mockumentary about vampires living in the modern world, and it's hilarious. Did so well that they did a TV show on the FX channel. It's going on season 4, 5. Interesting. Where are you watching it at? YouTube friend. My mom isn't my sister's mom. Half sister. Okay, gotcha. I can communicate in person too, Lutz. Address, please. Mom was 19 when she had me. Gotcha. You guys are 100% my real friends. I try to explain to some people who don't get it, but I find almost all my in-person friends get it. We're all nerds. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I have friends that definitely get it too, but like trying to explain it to like Mrs. Magooth's grandmother, you know, like that's a different, she doesn't really understand it. But I mean, it is also something that like, I mean, it's still relatively new, especially when you compare it to, you know, the last 80 plus years, of you know, the world. So yeah. My mom's 1957 too. Mom birthday twins, late February birthday by chance. We find out that, Hey Dizzle's a long lost sibling of mine. Busy chat takes a lot of readings. Hope you're all good, Lutz. I am. I hope the same for you, Banj. I saw the movie What We Do in the Shadows on Netflix. I have a talent for finding horrible looking movies that turn out highly entertaining. I forced my husband to watch it with me. After that, he wants me to pick all the movies we've watched. Really? So we do that with like horror movies around Halloween. We watch like bad 80s movies. Ones that are not like, you know, well known at all. Or generally speaking, not well known. Doing well though, Fat Knuckle. How about yourself? Things are good here. I've been staying busy, but it's been a manageable busy, you know? Manageable thanks to planning. I just tapped my planner on the head here. Good head pats here for the planner. This is the only place where I feel like you are all my IRL friends, not just online friends. Chaotic, that means a lot. Those who know. Some of my best friends ever are people I've never met in person. Which, speaking of, I guess I'll say it here too, but Coleman kind of also alluded to this in the Discord. I think it's the end of next week. Tickets for Gen Con are going on sale, and I will be in attendance. So if anybody is interested in meeting up, I believe we are going to have at least a couple people from the guild there. I will be sure to join the Discord. I'll be making an announcement with like some info and stuff on it. I'll probably do that this weekend, actually. So yeah, if you're at all interested in that, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. What We Do in the Shadows is good. So you've seen it too, Coleman? They may have old shows on Netflix. I don't have any full siblings, but I don't go that deep. A sibling is a sibling, regardless of how many parents we have in common, for sure. I'm Not Alone. It's a classic. The show is really great as well. Your mom's birthday is in June, Kay. Gotcha. My birthday's in June. My mom's is in February. Watch the movie What We Do in the Shadows, and you'll know if you're into it. That's true. That's true. Me trying to explain Twitch to my dad, who has never once used a computer, was one of the funniest things, and surprising too because he got it. He was like, it's like the radio show you did in college, but the people can talk to you and you're friends with them? Word. I explained streaming to older people like having pen pals or friends you speak to on the phone a lot. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Matt Berry is so freaking funny while the whole cast of the show plays off each other so well. It's absolutely adorable. Yeah, that's cool. So you did a radio show in college. How was that? Like, what kind of stuff did you... Was it just like a typical talk show, or... Doing well, been absorbed in Final Fantasy 14 as always, for sure. Jackie Daytona. Are you, have you been playing anything else, or pretty much exclusively Final Fantasy, Fat Knuckle? Now I feel old because I did both as a kid. New York City! Best friend of 14 years is getting married in April. I met her online. Getting married in April? Got my hubby that t-shirt. Human bartender. Gen Con Indie indeed, Bookpunk. I will be at Gen Con Indie. Toast to London is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. I kind of want to watch it again. Yee. Yes, Temig and I will be at Loot's Gen Con. Birthday buddies? Are you also a June birthday, Kates? I am 40 this September. Cries and old. Stop, chaotic. Not old. Have you got your plane tickets already? Need to run by Miss Spooky again to see if she wants to attend, but I would like to regardless. That would be extra poggers, Spooky. You never been to a con, Bookpunk? So Gen Con is a board gaming convention. Mostly. I mean, it's not just board gaming, but that's primarily what it is. It's a board gaming convention. So yeah, I am mostly a board gaming noob, but it's not for lack of interest. It's just that I don't have like a group to play board games with. So if you all, if everybody that visits will have me, I would love to do like gaming sessions with you guys. You just might have to hold my hand. But I mean, how's that any different from anything else we do together, you know? Like you guys carry me in you guys carry me in Valheim. You guys carry me in, Hunt Showdown. Like, it's not anything different than usual, I guess. So, listen, I understand what it means to have someone come and chat and spend their time in your chat. They could literally be doing anything else, but they chose to spend the time in our chat as streamers, and that to us means everything. That alone makes these connections mean so much. I grow to love the communities I am part of, and look at all of you no different than my 20+ year IRL best friend, Dave. Take a bullet for any of you without a single thought. My gosh, Crystal. But I agree with the, like, seriously, like, just having that connection is, it's very unique, you know? Lude's gone. Wait until your doctor tells you that you're middle-aged? No thanks. Oh, jeez. Did your doctor actually say that? Man, screw that. Oh, a little Elden Ring in there, too, Fat Knuckle, for sure. I also am very interested in Elden Ring. Especially now that Spooky's been playing some Dark Souls. My back and knees have given up on me pretty much, and my hair is like 75% gray now. Honestly, though, I don't know. Again, everybody's got their own opinion on gray hair. I like the look of like the gray hair mixed with the color. I don't know. I think it's a good look. Octi is poking me towards LootsCon. Once work fires back up and there's extra funds, I'll be having a firmer idea of what my year can look like. Also still need to get my passport. So the other thing too is there shouldn't be like any rush on getting a ticket. So you should have plenty of time to figure things out, DJ. My birthday is June 30th. So very close, Kates. Yeah. So you're at the beginning of the month. I'm at the end of the month. But I'm also rapidly approaching old. Oh, well. Like I should know this. Haven't been here 4 to 5 years, but I forgot 30th. It is the 30th. Yes. Love board games. I seriously, I would love to play some. Yes, do eat. Coleman, not yet. Waiting for tickets to go on sale. Not for any reason, I guess. I gotcha. Get her done. Radio show kept me from dropping out of college. I managed the station from the second semester of freshman year until I graduated. Honestly, the show has a similar structure to streams. My friend and I would chat for 30 to 45 minutes about whatever was on our minds, typically gaming or the news, and then we play a bunch of punk and metalcore in between more talking. Sick. Where was this when I was in college? I would have tuned in. Would this have been back in like Minnesota? You're still a youngling to me. Back from making my breakfast? Yeah, let's hear what you had, Crumble. Photographed my local women's football soccer team, and they're all like 19. Cries even more. Hand holding? I shall pre-moisturize. Appreciated, DJ. I do love a good soft, you know, palm hand holding. Gray hair and purple. My friend who is the same age as me, I am 45, 46. I love the question marks because I often forget my age as well. Told her that she's middle-aged back when we were 40. I was shook. Told her that's BS. 50 is middle-aged, right? I guess whatever average life expectancy is divided by 2? Maybe? Boyfriend has a lot of gray hairs. I think it's hot. Same, right? Like, I don't know. I think it's a good look. It's not just gray. It's like strangely straggly. It'd be fine if it just went gray and started to look like the crazy cat lady from Simpsons. As a fair-haired individual, I have far more grays in there than you'd guess. Hey, you got it. I remembered Pat's self on back. It also helps if you think my birthday also signifies the end of the fiscal year for a lot of companies. So there you go. Also, a lot of coupon expirations. It's like those old Just for Men commercials. He's youthful with experience. Monopoly and Clue are my faves. Like, you just like some of the classics then, for sure. I also really like Clue. Streamer from whenever and still haven't played Cyberpunk yet. Peachy, how you doing? We have not even made it to Cyberpunk yet. And I do have a hard cutoff today because I'm supposed to have a meeting, though, at 10:15. Just made eggs, then some Greek yogurt. The radio station was in Minnesota, but it was online streaming. KORD radio. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, shoot. Had I known, I definitely would have tuned in. I actually listened to the radio quite a bit in college. There was a station that I could pick up called Will Rock out of the Chicagoland area. And yeah, it was great. They played, there was like the only station I could pick up that actually played the music I listened to, you know? I mean, granted, I'm not picky about music, but like I was looking for that type of music. So. Ichi, my star. Pookie, my spear. Listen, we're all discussion about how much we love each other. Games will happen. I've missed the love gushing. When you say it like that, Peachy, it sounds so much different than it happened. Or wait a minute, she doesn't know. Or did it? DJ, good morning, darling. Can't wait to go full gray so I can have more vibrant colored hair. Just like you mean the grayness making it more vibrant? Actually thinking about getting Tabletop Simulator because I have a couple of friends that play tabletop games online. That way, while using Discord for voice chat. Exactly, yeah. Same hubby had the gray at temples like Dr. Strange that told him he had to keep it that way. That'd be awesome. Doesn't help that I also have cats. Lady Iron, Kate's Crystal, Ursulicious Chaotic. My birthday is a stoner's holiday. I could never forget it. Ah, the old 420. The old 420. It's sad when you have to scroll and scroll and scroll to find your birth year. Quit? I might have to, yeah. When we lived in Switzerland, the city of Geneva sponsors a free community board game group. We went to many board gaming events in Europe. They are all serious. They're serious about board games. That actually sounds very cool, though. When I was visiting China, there was a garden that was just so many, or like a park that, you know, they call gardens, like our tour guide called a lot of parks, what we would call parks, they called gardens. But there was just this like wrapped around the corner kind of scenario of older people playing cards. It was very much felt like it was out of a movie. And he also told us that he said, this is actually very common for people to meet here and discuss arranged marriages. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. They're not all there for arranged marriages by any means, but yeah. Toots McPoots. Tacky Lackey, welcome in. How you doing today, Tacky? I missed the love gushing, me arriving late to a lifestyle party. I love only people in Illinois call it Chicagoland. Is that right? Once I go full gray, I'll probably finally dye my hair fun colors too. Really? You see gray hair but haven't seen one in 4 or 5 years. Huh. I can see you with colored hair. Listen, I don't care what kind of love gush from whom. I missed my chance. My hair is purple right now, but we have to bleach first. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know your hair was purple. Is it purple like all the way through, or is it like streaks of purple or like highlights? My buddy and I called our show Ankle Deep Radio. It was my first lesson in making low effort graphics to self-promote as well as branding. We were the only show during the week that played punk music, and we were the only 2-hour time slot the whole week. We'd pregame for parties during our Friday night show. Wow. That's awesome. Gonna make me show my face, aren't you? You don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to. No pressure. No pressure, Iron. I hate filling out forms on my B-Day. It's rare that happens, but when it does, I accidentally put the year of my birth instead of the current year, as I'm just so used to writing out my birth date. I love botanic gardens, but plants are my happy place. The other day, my mom was talking about something I did in college and made it sound like it was the other day. Told her that was over 20 years ago, and she said, "What? No. When did you graduate?" I graduated in 99. Way to make me feel old, Mom. There is a European championship in the game Settlers of Catan. It's a big deal. All over Europe, the two best from each country gather to play the best Catan player every 2 years. Really? First, so you graduated college in 99? How else will you know me at LutzCon? Well, I have a picture of you. I didn't think it was super recent. The card you sent me had a picture. And I didn't notice any purple hair in it. Keep finding gray hairs in my beard, but they come out. But they come right out. Oh, you pluck them. You can see these aren't gray. These are white right here. But that was a couple years ago. Gotcha. That sounds awesome. That does sound very cool. We could probably pick up on your vibe. I'll just go around individually asking people. Would you murder a sea monkey? And then see what they say. You know? I think you should all hold up a cardboard signs of your screen names like you're a limo driver at the airport. I had purple hair before COVID, then it grew out, and I've just forgotten to go back since. So now my hair is gray and down to my butt. You've been letting your hair grow for a while then, Chaotic. World Championship in Catan is every 2 years as well. In 16, the World Championship was in Colorado. Oh, it was in Colorado. It's super annoying. Rainbow hair? Ooh, rainbow hair is pretty cool. There's actually a place, well, the same place I go to see my barber. They used to do like a bunch of different hair colors. And they did kind of like this wave of colors that actually I thought looked pretty cool, but I haven't seen people doing that in a long time, actually. It's been probably 2 years or so. Was anyone voted anything during prom week, like most popular, most funny? I actually was not. I was not voted anything. I don't think. The superlatives that people do, I don't think I ever got one. Just purple, but it did fade to like green and yellow. Resolution last year was not dye my hair at all in 2022. It's a new year though. Mr. Peachy doesn't care what color I dye it, but he says not pink. What color would you do? Went to the Euro Catan Championship in 15. It was in Vienna. Keep meaning to get it cut, but things keep getting in the way and I keep forgetting. Or do unicorn with the pastels. Probably falling out of fashion. I'm so old, I still think it's in. I think it's cool looking, though. My hair grows like someone came at night and poured Miracle Grow on my hair. It's so annoying. I was most likely to host SNL and one other that I can't remember. That was not one of ours. I ain't for most funny, but I guess I'm lame. I think that in the US, there's a Catan tourney called The Big Game. The finals are played on a massive board. Huh. Hashtag spooky for SNL. I'm trying to think of like what I would have hoped. I mean, there was most likely to succeed. I was kind of hoping that I would get that, but I don't know that I was like, I don't know. Oh, it was most athletic. I was like, man, how did I get most athletic? I thought I deserved that. But actually, one of my friends got it, and I couldn't even complain. Like, he's also very athletic, so. I was not voted anything back in high school, but we had an impromptu 14-year reunion and got voted for spiciest Facebook post in our graduating group. I asked who everyone's high school crushes were, and that post got over 1,000 comments in a group of only 300-some people. Dang, nice. My SNL is falling off. I don't want that smoke. Yeah. First they televise that on ESPN. I'd watch that. We're going to play Twilight Imperium at LutzCon. I'd take that up. That'd take up a full day. I mean, I'm down. It's just a popularity contest. It is, yeah. And for me, too, I only did one sport through most of high school. And that was track. So, like, I did basketball as a freshman and cross country as a senior. In addition to track all 4 years. So, whereas my buddy, he did a lot more sports than that. He played football, did basketball, and also ran track. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't even like argue or complain. Like, I was very specialized. I mean, I shouldn't say very specialized. I was pretty specialized in high school. So, that said, like when we did other games that include other people, like, I mean, it was clear that I was at least among the most athletic in our class, but people didn't really see that, you know. Skip school the day his photos were being done. Instead, I chose to sit in an abandoned shed in a field nearby and smoke cigarettes with my friend. Sadly, board games are not considered sports. I'd literally never go back to my high school ever again. You wouldn't ever go back? Maybe it's just my cerebral palsy, but I hate that feeling. Old, already 15 years before even hitting 50. My body hates me. Listen, I pride myself in my question not resulting in any divorces, and actually 2 groups of people from our graduating class found love. And cried myself to sleep for days because no one said I was their high school crush. Aww. I skipped my 20-year reunion. They had it mid-COVID lockdowns and wanted me to DJ for it for free. So, oh, geez. I get that they only have limited budgets for those things, but I mean, come on. They should be video games are now, so board games can't be that far away from getting televised. I mean, they televise like poker, you know? Nothing health-wise, but I'll complain with you, so you're not alone. I'd recommend playing a lot of short games. You'll have more fun, meet more people, find cool games. Yeah, I think so. I definitely want to do some play testing. That would be awesome. You seriously, DJ? They weren't even willing to pay you? Yeah, that triggers me. Board games totally be sports if you try hard enough, right? Bro, screw them. I was too stoned to get voted anything in high school. I could care less about a single person I went to school with. Really? I know a lot of people actually that are like that, but I still have at least it's a very small group, but I still have a group of friends from high school that I talk to. Went to my 10-year reunion, and sadly, it's like all groups and cliques never changed. We just weren't as judgmental over each other. Interesting. Yeah, I was mostly joking. Twilight Imperium is a lot. Very true. I've seen some terrible injuries from Twister and Jenga, as bad as any sports injuries. Yeah. I feel that I was bullied pretty bad, so I can relate. I was my class president, which I didn't realize meant planning reunions years after graduation. I've long gone AWOL from my duties. Oh, yeah. I don't blame you there. That's not uncommon either. I don't go to any bars. I feel like it's just a bunch of people wanting to relive the glory days and talking about who's fat and who and what and not. Yeah. That's probably true. Yeah. We actually had a most likely to be high right now at our 14-year reunion. Oh my gosh. Proof of hair color in Discord. All right. Have to check. People I want to see from high school, I can still see. I'm not spending my time or money to a bunch of people I don't like or care about together. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, though. Oh, yeah. It's like, I like that. I like the rich purple color, especially like through the middle part of the hair. I like how it kind of fades into the darker color, too. I'm a big fan of purple. Big fan of purple. It looks great, Lady Iron. I hope you know that. It looks great. My hairdresser is the bomb. Way to go, Spooky. Glad I didn't vote for you. A very small 4 group I still talk to. One has been my BFF when we weren't fighting since 2nd grade. I mean, they were, but not enough for me to fly across the country with my gear mid-pandemic, and to get all the extra equipment needed. Plus, in the chat groups, the organizers were pretty mean to some folks that spoke out about how cruel some others were in high school, so nah. My life hasn't been missing anything without those folks actively in my life. Understood. I went to my 10-year And it was at the local bar. And I was like, yeah, this was this was interesting. But again, the same person that was voted like most athletic, that's one of my best friends. Like, he was also a class president, so he helped organize. And I'm like, I'm gonna go. At least we can hang out together. So yeah, and we still stay in touch. So we're still. I just texted him the other day actually, but. Most of the kids from my school year grew up to be drug addicts, teen moms, or died young from bad life choices, so we're probably not having one. Went to a small school. My friend group from high school parted ways after graduation pretty much. Tried to hold on to individual relationships, but I was putting into much, never got anything in return, so I just dropped those friends. Woodsy, I'm sorry. Like that, I'm sorry that happened to you, because that actually has happened to me somewhat recently, within the last couple years. One of my best friends from high school just like stopped responding to anybody when they would text. And that's kind of like kind of hurtful, you know, because we had stayed in touch for years. Like we still hung out through college and even after college. And then one day it's just like not responding to any text messages that anybody sends anymore, you know, or when he did, he would respond like days, weeks later. And it's like, dude, you don't have time to respond to like a 10-second text message. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where like I don't talk to him anymore. I don't reach out. You know, his birthday's coming up. It's almost exactly in 2 months. And like, I won't send him a text messages. This will be the first year in, you know, probably 15 years that I won't tell him happy birthday, because he just doesn't respond, doesn't do anything. It was kind of hurtful. I've talked with our other friend about it, and it's just like, you know, I mean, he told me, and again, he's so good about all this stuff too. He's like, he doesn't owe us anything really, you know? And I'm like, I guess not, you know, like if he doesn't want to be friends anymore, that's his decision, right? I just don't know like what prompted that. So, but yeah, we're in our 30s and just randomly decided, yeah, I'm done with all my high school friends. It's hurtful, you know? All things considered, life is good. I appreciate the thought though. I was a write-in. I ran as a joke, but took my role seriously while I was in school. My friends made a campaign video for me overnight. The people that had been running the whole time were pissed. Oh gosh. My hairdresser is the bomb though. Timer's gone off. Food. All right, get it, chaotic. Of course, Iron. Of course, it looks great. For sure, DJ, I skipped my 10-year reunion for that reason. I was friends with who I wanted to be friends with on Facebook. Plus, I had just had a Harley and wasn't willing to travel 5 hours with a newborn to go to an expensive restaurant and chit-chat with people who didn't care about me. Makes me really happy to hear. I'd have followed you around campus like a puppy. Notice me, senpai. Freaking right. Or so I can picture Spooky with a harem. I love that color. Is it Balayage? Balayage. Okay, that's, yeah, Balayage. Best friend was my VP and doesn't even remember being elected. He was like, aren't you supposed to plan something? Don't you mean we? Very similar to my experience too, but so much work into friendships and then they just stop messaging back. Hurts like hell, but I'm thankful for the friends that stuck around. Exactly. Exactly. Appreciate that, Luce. You definitely get how I feel. Definitely get how you feel. It's rough. It is, yeah. Should plan like a baller reunion, rent out a super Gucci event hall and go all out for it and tell everyone, sorry, I forgot I was supposed to do this. So I saved up all my millions and threw this reunion. I think I removed the last of the contacts from then. She disagreed with my opinion on the herd versus depth and tried picking a fight. I pulled the fine, then just delete me then, blah, blah, blah. I believe my response was, oh no, whatever will I do without some chick that dated a friend of mine in school 20 years ago. It's weird the obligation people put on others to stay connected just because of high school. It is, yeah. I ran out of ketchup. That's upsetting. That sounds like a good day. Ketchup, garbage. We'd have been friends. We'd have been friends. You wouldn't follow me around. We're walking together. I'll get back to you when I have millions. Mr. Peachy is watching Peacemaker and laughing. Oh, laughing hysterically at it. It's so freaking good. Spooky's so wholesome. 100%. We'll be your +2, Spooky. Dave just texted me last night on Facebook Messenger, said, I just realized we've been friends and brothers for 22 years. Thanks for being there for me all this time. Being best man at my wedding. Love you, brother. We've been brothers since 7th grade. Isn't that awesome, Crystal? Like I said, I still have relationships like that from with people from high school. It's just very, very, very small group, you know. And this person that like no longer responds to anything, I thought was in that group, and then just don't know what changed, you know. He does have like 3 kids, so I thought, you know, well, maybe, you know, just adjusting. And one of his kids had, you know, actually had a lot of complications through the pregnancy and the birth, and so I thought, okay, you know, it's obviously just a very taxing situation, and like you just probably need some time. But then when, you know, a year passes and you continue going and you still don't hear anything, I'm like, okay. You know, I've had people go through a lot of stuff, but they at least still have time to respond or, you know, tell me happy birthday. You know, it's like you don't have a relationship at that point, right? Like if you can't ever talk to the person, you can think as fondly of them as you want. You don't have a relationship with that person, you know? And that's kind of what I came to realize. So that show is hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Wonder if we were all in the same school, we would have gotten along like we do now. Interesting thought. That is interesting to think about. Yeah. You put so much effort forth and then not get it back. I let him know that, and he said, sorry you feel that way. Never messaged me again, so I just blocked him. He had me in his wedding, but just felt like he grabbed his 4-year-old buds to come back for the photo op. Man. Not high school spooky. I was oblivious to obvious signs. I had someone over at my house when my folks were out of town, and we just watched a movie and couldn't figure out why she was so disappointed because the movie was exceptional. Oh, man, spooky. I feel like I would have been the opposite, though. I don't know. So obvious signs, I think the obvious signs are too obvious, you know what I mean? But the subtle signs that actually aren't there are the ones that I've been like, oh my gosh, she's totally into me, you know? Just not a very finely tuned, you know, on the whole flirt radar thing, though. I don't think any of you would have given me the time of day, Chaotic. The movie was exceptional. I actually had one friend where he would never message first, and when I kind of confronted him about it, he was like, oh, if you didn't message, I just assumed you didn't want to talk to me, and then made no effort after I assured him that was not the case. Man, I've had those too, where it's like you are the person that's holding the friendship together, and if you don't ever contact that person, you just don't hear from them. Yeah, that's also frustrating. I definitely know how that feels too, Coleman. That's a whole mood. Followed me well into adulthood too, unfortunately. I've heard the good stories from DJ. I'd wanted to be your BFF. Sorry, you got a phone call? All good, Tacky. How old is 7th grade? Like, 7th grade for a lot of us would be like 12 to 13. Not in a single white female sort of way, I promise. Right with you, buddy. I'm denser than a lead wall. Ursa, you're amazing. High five for Oblivious Dude Bros. Tech poker has been a big deal to broadcast for years now, so is chess. Yeah, yeah. People consider that highbrow. They look down on board games, unfortunately. I was the poor kid at school. Oblivious to the point of both in a naked, sweaty pile. I wonder if she likes me. Are you leaving us? Lala, how you doing today? High school us is terrifying for no reason, right? Highbrow is just shallow elitism. All of the board games are way more complex than chess. You're not wrong. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere, Lala. Don't worry though. True Celt, hello there, my friend. That's just like me, for real. I had so many girls that I didn't find out had a massive crush on me till way later. Wouldn't matter because I was a closeted little gay boy at that time, but still. I wholeheartedly agree. My kids in eighth grade. Kids are mean shites. That they are, though. All I can say is I'm glad you guys are knowing Peachy as I am now. I wouldn't want any of you knowing who I was all those years ago. Really? Sounds like year 8 to us, Banj, which makes sense as we started a year earlier. I was via Blaze, so I just thought people were being nice to me. Yeah, I will say depends on the group too. You know, because there are some that'll be really nice to you that just have kind of like ulterior motives, whatever reason. But yeah, Celt. Same. That's funny. I really did not have. I could try to find pictures of when I was in high school for you guys. I was not a highly sought after commodity in the dating world. I was not. We mentioned board games to a friend. They think Monopoly. There's nothing wrong with Monopoly, but no, we play many other games that are nothing like Monopoly. Yeah. I'm going to keep you to that. TTRPGs were seen as weird and nerdy, but then Critical Role came out. It's true. Like, things have been, yeah, the whole, like, nerdy thing has been sort of destigmatized. Stigmatized, for lack of a better term. But, you know, like Stranger Things, right? Like, Stranger Things is this cultural phenomenon now. And it's funny because these kids would not have been at all popular, you know, in any of our schools. I hate when girls have a crush but don't say anything, Coleman. I was always afraid to, though, because I thought I'd be ridiculed for it. Have a wall. You have a wall of board games in the house? Dang, Banj. That's awesome, though. We have a few. We don't have very many here. Monopoly was made to be terrible. One of my best friends asked me out once, and I was like freaking out because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Aw. Find that hard to believe, Lutz? I'm telling you. Was not a highly sought after commodity. Well, no, Lutz. Peachy back then was introverted, lived under a rock, definitely didn't take chances, and always played it safe. I love myself so much more now. My Hufflepuff vibes are strong these days. I know exactly what you mean, though. I was the same way till about my senior year of high school. I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm like, whatever. I'll just try to be a little bit more confident with who I am, I guess. Like a year later, I came out to her, and she came out to me right after. Are you serious? My gosh, that's like a book, Coleman. That's incredible. Basically, modern Monopoly was designed to teach how terrible capitalism is. My kiddo being on the spectrum, we learned very quickly how much other kids and parents can't deal with someone being different or special needs. I believe that fully, Lala. That's sad but true. That's amazing. Love that for you guys. Same. Sounds like me. You probably would have been besties. This one girl I had a crush on me, but I think had a boyfriend from another school I didn't know about. He threatened me with brass knuckles. I wasn't scared because I had homies at the time who would have had my back, but funny to look back on. Brass freaking knuckles, though? To be fair, Lutz, they were probably just terrified of the 14-year-old with a massive beard. That's true, okay? That's true. Yeah, that's true. Is this where we all have to share cringe high school pics? It's wild to see Gen Z kids posting videos of high schools from like 2008 being like, what an era, right? Let me say that puberty was my nemesis. That you didn't like puberty, or like it? Is that what you mean, Ursa? Talk about good timing, Coleman, but I get you freaking out. See, I was afraid of the guy to ask or show interest, tell his friends about it, and I get bullied or teased. Yeah. The D&D kids from the time Stranger Things is set would be social outcast nerds. 100%, exactly. But now you have people watching Stranger Things and like being inspired by Stranger Things to start playing D&D, right? Like that is I feel like that would be very unexpected, you know? If the kids from that time period were around, like they'd be like, "Wait, you want to play D&D with us?" Same, have a room for my board game shelves, and then I have a inset game table as well. That's awesome. Mrs. Magoots knew where the gem was buried. I like to think so, at least, but yeah. But she also, we didn't start dating until I was a senior. I will see if I can find the pictures to show you, like school pictures to compare years. I used to have, somewhere around here, I have my like freshman through senior pictures, and I will see if I can share those with you. There was quite a change that took place, but for me, 7th grade was 12 years old. I'm 35 now, so officially Dave and I have known each other for 23 years, going on a quarter century, bond for life. Seriously, 100%. Yeah. I was also 12 in 7th grade. I graduated high school at 17. Was that best friend confessing my feelings? Well, dude, you're not my best friend, and I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. That food was lush. I'm jealous. Chaotic. Love fish and chips sometimes. I for sure had to teach myself to love myself. It's a hard lesson to learn. It is, yeah. For me, it was just the fact that I was like, okay, Nick, you've been rejected many times now, all right? And that was while you were trying to be very careful and not tell girls that you like them. So what if, now just hear me out, what if you just went ahead and told them, all right? Docs. It's in my about below, so I figured you guys would probably know my real name. But I'm like, okay, what if you just told somebody, or at least just instead of like cautiously, you just like more overtly flirted? Like, what then? And I think just that very little change was enough to people, like, for people thinking that that I was more confident, and they, you know, sensed that. Did anyone like puberty? I mean, no, but I liked the result of it, I guess. But it's an ever-growing journey. Honestly, I doubt he even had him. The brass knuckles, I mean, that would be shocking, I feel like. Only people see are the ones who lose. The winner doesn't care. I still suffer with self-issues from time to time, but honestly, I freaking love myself, and I love all of you for accepting me as I am. Of course, Peachy. We wouldn't want you any other way. Didn't mind it, but that's because I never got a single spot. But not really. D&D, that's the devil's game, and that was definitely a thing when I was a kid, too. There were still 60-minute episodes on how D&D was causing these killings. Definitely different lifestyle loots. We had to learn a lot of things the hard way, and it sucks that she won't be able to experience things fully like other kids. Like first love, first boy asking her to dance, first sleepover. Elastic can make one angry with life at times. Yeah. I believe that fully. Just joking, Tacky. Being enough to still have my high school photos on my iPhone. Yeah, I did not have a smartphone in high school. Would have been, see, I did have a phone though. I don't know that I ever took pictures of those. Puberty hit me and it hit like a freight train, ran me over and dragged me miles down the tracks. I saw someone from my high school years later, and she said, "Oh wow, look at your hair. It looks so nice. Thanks." Yeah, who is this Knick you speak of? Usually it's me that slips up, but he did it himself. Like I said, you guys, my first name's in my panels, so. Teenage Tacky was a socially awkward dork. I was a fat stoner band nerd who was bullied and therefore just a complete misogynistic butthole. When I finally grew up, I realized that I was just a hurt kid and made a lot of amends to people from my past. I'm all about love and acceptance, caring for everyone now, but never go back to the high school version of me, for sure. And especially, like, I feel like that's especially more common at that age, because, I mean, like, honestly, you can say, like, kids will be kids, but you truly don't know the lasting impact of your words at that age. Like, you know what you said is wrong, right? And you may feel guilt for that, but you don't understand until much later, like, the lasting impact, you know? That's why I tend to say, like, it's, you know, I try not to, like, hold that against people. You know. It's a 10-year relationship coming out of high school, and learning to flirt/date in a completely different atmosphere was a severe culture shock. Wow. Yeah, because, I mean, if you only know like one way for such a long time, and it's when you're in high school and everybody's got such a similar, yeah, that would be a shock big time. That Tom Hanks movie didn't help D&D. Wait, which Tom played the cleric? Wait, which movie was that? God help me if Mrs. Spooky's abducted by aliens, because I have to date in the app era. I'll become a monk. I feel exactly the same though, Spooky. Nokia brick phone. You guys had cell phones as kids? I had a flip phone. And then as a senior, I got like one of the first slider phones. That was very cool. The Samsung Glide. Dating apps are just, I lucked out and met my current girlfriend of 4 years on Facebook dating of all things, but I'm pretty sure it was an accident. A blunt force instrument, like a happy accident. Yeah. Met Mr. Peachy through his friend who I met on MySpace. Amazing. MySpace. Gotta say, I resonate a bit with a bit of this. I think at my core, I was a good person when I was younger, but closed-minded due to where I grew up. I definitely had a lot of positive personal growth. That's how I feel about myself, Spooky. Is trying to unlearn some of the things that I was taught via, like, you know, just the local society, or, you know, or just outright people telling me. Not till high school for me on the cell phone. Started with a Motorola brick, then Nokia 3310, baby. MySpace, wow, I love that, yeah. It was a different time. So did you make it into his, like, top 10 friends? Or top 8? I guess it was top 8, wasn't it? No, wait, 3210. It's all right, Tacky. I'll be honest, I don't know the difference. My mom had a Nokia phone. I love the heck out of that thing, but I'd never had one myself. Getting ready to move up to Michigan with my family back in 08, and I looked up guys that lived here in the area. Definitely bold of me. Oh, very bold, I would say. Yeah. Mazes and Monsters. Mazes and Monsters is the name of the movie? I've not heard of that. That's a Tom Hanks movie. Kind of came to a reckoning point when I was in the military, treating someone like crap, and they being wise beyond their years, said, "You're going to die alone if you don't start being nicer to people," and it woke me up hard. Wow. Dang. The kick in the tush you needed, I guess. Yeah. Fortunate, but I mean, I guess it kind of hurts, right? But good old flip phones, right? I mean, now I have a flip phone again. It's funny, like I've got the flip, so I'm back to being a flip phoner, but it's just a lot different than what I grew up with. So, Peachy said, "I'm moving and want to meet hot singles in my new area." Techno, hey, welcome in. Good morning, Mr. Lutz and all guild friends. Welcome in. It turned into a just chatting stream today. Excuse me. Hey, well, I am. Yeah, AIM is what I used along with the Yahoo chat. It was the place to date before Match.com, right? You've got mail. No, so Mr. PG had a MySpace but forgot the password, so he never used it. Wow. Wow. You'd all be in my top 8. So weird we ranked our friends, right? I know. We were all learning HTML coding in our high school years on MySpace, right? Saw my husband on the dating site we met through, and I passed him up. He's too skinny. I'd break him in half. He saw me a week later and reached out to me, and now it's funny. A funny story on how I passed him over. Wow. That's amazing, though. Matt totally checks out. That is very silly. Yes, male, a.k.a. want to turn on webcams. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He said, challenge accepted. If I die, I die. The way I was treated in high school is bad enough that almost all the people that were responsible have literally called me while being in tears to apologize because at some point after high school, something happened that made them realize how hard they made those years for me. I appreciate that they had the strength to seek me out and apologize. It takes a lot to admit they were wrong straight to me. Yeah, and I'm glad. Like, I don't know. Obviously, not everybody wants that. Like, not everybody wants to hear from those people because it brings up bad memories for them. But at least hearing that they are genuinely sorry, that's a good thing. But yeah, it does, like, I don't want to say that there's no excuse, you know, but at the same time, like, I want to say there's no excuse, but at the same time, like, gosh, we just have no idea at that age, like, the lasting impact, you know. I don't know what it is. Like, it's just so difficult to comprehend that. What song would play when we log onto your page? I gotta know. Who remembers the name Jack Thompson? Jack Thompson, not familiar. Almost passed up Mr. Peachy. Our first date, he was giving off know-it-all vibes. He asked me if I knew how far apart the lines on the road were. Like, no. Probably just was nervous. Candyman by Christina Aguilera, baby. My MySpace profile was all HTML code. I had my top 10 friends as my top 10 fave band websites. Oh, that's a good idea. My first phone was a Sony Ericsson A1018S. Still had a solid aerial attached. Mine was a Samsung flip phone of some sort. I could show it to you, but I have no idea the numbers. Also played music when you came on my page. Yeah. Wish I got into MySpace. I could really use those basic coding skills now. How many people actually coded, though? Because most of the pages I made were just like, create your template here and then copy and paste the code, you know? I don't know. I didn't put that much time into mine. The Florida lawyer that hated GTA and video games in general. I know a Jack Thompson. My first phone was a Nokia something. I could play Snake on it. Snake, and that's why I stole my mom's phone often, was to play Snake. I have a best of Christina list on Spotify. Anyone needs a list. Also, best of Queen Ari list. That lack of personal growth was a big reason why I chose not to even go to either of my social reunions. The people that were crap back then are still crap, but now paying taxes or selling It Works MLM stuff. Oh man, it is true though that some people just don't, because they don't ever, like, I don't mean to generalize, because I feel like it's not an excuse again, but like some people, they just never left. Like, they never stopped hanging out with the same people. They never left the hometown. And so they never had like any reason to grow. But I will say, like, that's not really an excuse, because like my sister, is guilty of that in terms of like never leaving and not really changing up her friend group. But she has like grown up as a person, you know? So like, I don't know. You still can't really use that as an excuse, you know? I had a Motorola. It was a modern version of the brick. That's the one. Major butthole. He was of such an era. My first phone was a Motorola something, but my favorite phone was my LG Envy. Oh, gosh. I didn't have an Envy until later. At one point, I ditched my smartphone to go back to a flip phone because I was getting annoyed with, like, smartphone culture. And I actually got an Envy during that time. So it would have been, like, 2015 or something like that. Yeah, I think 2015. Nokia, back when they first created playback tunes, when you called someone low-key, loved it more than the ringy rings. I actually did like those, too. I had one of those. I don't remember what song I chose. Yeah. One of my friends had Fine Again by Seether. That was probably my favorite one. It's an HTML editor called Coffee Cup Editor, and it basically taught you what all meant by color coding the different codes, which is, yeah, wild, right? It was great and free, which is like what all text editors do nowadays. So you almost kind of wonder like how much influence those had on current text editors. But I had the flat screen one. It was maroon. But who's trashing it works? I used to sell that. Such a toxic thing. The Envy chocolate. I had the OG Envy in orange. Mine was like it was the Envy 3. It was like a maroonish burgundy color. I peaked in high school and chose never to grow from that. Yeah, unfortunately true. It was one of the first flat screen phones that came out. I ruined it on my honeymoon by putting my key card in my pocket with it. Oh, jeez. I had no idea the magnetic strip would ruin it. Such weird technological advances, right? Calico, good morning to you. They tried to do a 20-year high school reunion, junior high reunion in a country where reunion parties are not a real thing. Weird. Yeah, that is awful, though. Thought I made it when I first got a BlackBerry. Favorite phone ever was my Sidekick. Oh, those were cool. Can't remember when it was, but it was like the greatest thing ever. I felt like a business owner. Yeah, bring it back. So they're kind of trying to capitalize on some of the nostalgia. They made, so like this flip phone that I have is the Galaxy Flip, but they made a Motorola Razr Flip as well. That's also like, it looks very similar to the old Razr phones, but it's, you know, it's obviously still a smartphone. Yours was a Blink 182. Oh, that's awesome. I love making ringtones on my Envy. I had Taylor Swift, Owl City, Christina Aguilera. I mean, I had Fall Out Boy as my ringtone for a while. Owl City, yeah. Yes, the Firefly song. I think it's just called Fireflies, isn't it? Such a feel-good band. Best mate was a lot more well-off than me, and he got a Sony Walkman phone. It had a huge emphasis on music. I was so good at making ringtones that he got me to make all of his and would spend ages making tracks. You had a Sidekick too, Bookpunk? I never had one. Because weren't they on, wasn't it T-Mobile? Isn't that what they were on? One way we can describe why we don't know the impact it will have is because a fully developed brain is not technically done developing until 25. During those years, this means a lot of changing was going on in all of us. They did not fully understand what they were really doing to me in a big picture format. I can't hold it against them. They weren't the fully developed, better human beings they are now. I hold no grudge. I wish them all the best. Yeah, and that's also very... That shows your growth too, Crystal, because in the moment, it probably was like borderline unbearable, you know? Yeah, it's good that you... It's good that you, like, made it through that as well, my friend. I'm going to sing that all day, Peachy. Fave Flip was my V50. It was so small. Owl City OMG. Can you believe your eyes? Yeah, probably. I think it was Motorola. Razr was an oddly good phone unless you broke a screen. Yeah, the Motorola phones were kind of durable, but the actual like performance of them I found was lacking a lot of times. Because I had a few Motorola's. I had the Droid 2. No, I had the Motorola Droid. That was the first one I had. And then I got a droid, droid Razor M or something like that. I don't remember, but I could show them to you. I still have them in a like box over there somewhere, but because it's just funny to look back on the phones, you know. Even had his album though. It was baller. Been on T-Mobile forever. We were on T-Mobile at one point. Actually really liked it, and then we switched to Xfinity, and we got screwed over by them. But they're still unfortunately cheaper. So yeah. Remember my theory of every stripper lady of the evening had the baby pink razor? And if you look at that episode of The Office where they hire the entertainment for Phyllis and Bob's parties, you'll notice Elizabeth the stripper has a baby pink razor. Are you serious? Okay, so you're saying every lady of the night had a pink razor, but not every pink razor owner was a lady of the night? Is that what you're saying? Because my sister had one of those. So now do I need to be worried? She was like... Wait, when did we get those phones? She would have been like 12, 13. So 10 million fireflies. Exactly. You're welcome, everyone. I'm back. Did you play any games this morning? Maybe only with our hearts. Yeah. How you looking for time? I have about 15 minutes before my meeting starts. So... What are games, Charles? Do you think I could fit 15 minutes of Cyberpunk in? To live for chat days, though. Life games are life. Games are what made my life go round and round, Peachy, right? God, this has been such a lovely, wholesome, chatty morning. About to have a meeting. Boo. Obligatory quit? Wait, now I'm a lady of the night. Exactly. You definitely need to be worried, Lutz. I'm not talking the darker pink shade. There was a baby pink version that every stripper had, I swear. Yeah. Have a great day, Spooky. We appreciate you. We do. I hope that I hope the meeting's not terrible. In truth, I went through darkness because of those years. The reason I am so positive now is I know my personal secret destroying, completely beating depression. 100%. Yeah. And while it was awful back then, I have to imagine that you're a stronger person now because you overcame that. Not because of the bullying. Let's be very clear. You can't, like, you shouldn't ever have to thank the people that bullied you. What I mean to say is you're stronger now because of the way that you overcame it. None of the sex workers by my dorm had a pink razor. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right places. Peachy, I had the hot pink, yeah. We got to get you a baby pink razor, la la. Yeah, my sister's was hot pink. What is the difference between baby and hot pink? Is baby like a faded color? I remember getting my first cell phone as a high school graduation gift in 1998. Lucis V is never going to get any stronger from SideQuest because we're turning him to a just chatting streamer. That's true. It's true. I don't even have any gams to show off to you guys in my just chatting streams. Man. Could you just imagine? I missed a full chat day, Sag. Hook me up, Peachy. Oh, it's Shambles B-Day today? Oh, is it? Is Shambles online? At least the stream title said it was. Okay, nice. I'll have to check that out too. Make sure things are going well before I or like when I'm ending here. Most people gushing love or one other. Charles, major sad face. It was wonderful, Peachy. I did get to experience that. Hot pink is the darker color. Baby pink is lighter. Okay. Had a rare version of the Razor called the G3 and had incredible camera by the standards of the time. I loved it. A G3. It was a shiny light pink. I'd call it champagne pink. I was born in 97. How about that? Your sister had the darker pink. You're good. No need to worry. But if she had the lighter pink, I'd ask questions. I'm pretty sure it was the hot pink version. Yeah. '97. You're just a baby. 97. So are you considered Gen Z, Woodsy? Because I'm considered a young millennial, being born in 91. Then you're good, but still maybe confirm. Well, she's married with 2 kids now, so I feel like, you know, maybe I'm all right. Like, she's all right. Where my 87 babies at? My cousin was born in 87. Elder millennial, let's go. Honestly, don't know. It's borderline. Yeah. I don't know where the cutoff is. Like, my sister is 93 and she's also considered a millennial, but barely. So like, I don't really know. 89 just barely missed your awesome year, Peachy. 77 babies? Question. Crystal, you're also an 87. I'm an Xennial. It's a small generation between Gen X and Millennial. Is there one between Millennial and Gen Z? Because then we can definitely, we can comfortably say Woodsy would be there. 87 here. Whoop, whoop. We got a bunch of 87s. Man. What was in our parents' food around 87? It was just like pounding aphrodisiacs? Like, what the heck? You're 1 year older than me. There's a huge chunk of ice stuck in my straw from my caramel ice cap. Can't blow it out. I don't fit in with anyone born after 97. Definitely close to the older ones. 88 for me. Let's go, you DJ. 77 was a good year. First year Star Wars came out. 90 here, yee. Having a hard time picturing you saying whoop whoop. Yeah. 91 for me, so pretty close. But Woodsy, I'm kind of with you. Although I have to say, like, my track kids, it's very weird because most of them are, you know, 15, 16 years old. So they would have been born in like 2007, 2008, you know? Man, a lot of them are just good kids, you know? They're just good kids. It's just weird. It's just very weird to know, like, that they were born around the same time that I was, like, graduating high school, you know? But they are good kids, and like it's funny. A lot of my face-to-face interaction comes with kids, like 15, 16-year-olds. It's weird, but that's what working from home will do to you, you know. So I'm glad that they're good kids. They keep me entertained. They do stupid stuff, but like not in a hurtful way, you know. I don't know. I'm hopeful. All I got to say is I'm hopeful for the next generation. I really am. So, where are we going? Physio, Cairo, getting our eyes checked. I need new insoles for work. Back when The Simpsons were still brand new. Gosh, I cannot believe The Simpsons is still going. Banj's top tier chill streamer. Sounds like the aphrodisiacs weren't what was being pounded in 87 to me. Well, it was the first thing that got pounded. Now they're as old as us. Thought Charles was the only one older than me. Charles is not even the oldest person that's hung out in stream. Not even close, actually. I'm ready to retire, to be honest. Me and my brothers were all born in the years that each original Star Wars movie came out. I was born the same year as Empire Strikes Back. Oh, that's cool. Really can't picture me drunk wearing sequins and dancing on a box, but it has happened. I have no idea how they talk or how they act or talk, to be honest. Yeah, it's good to know, though. It's true. I sometimes ask them, what the heck do you mean when you say that? I've done that before. I'm like a million years old. They've asked me, like, they're like, hey, Coach Magoots, do you have TikTok? And for a long time, I did not. And I'm like, no, I'm too old for that. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Physically, yes. Financially, ha. I asked my mom why my sister and I are both born in September. She told me it gets colder around Christmas and people need a way to stay warm. Thanks, Mom. I'm guessing that was when you were younger and you didn't understand it till later. But yeah. I had the sequin purse. What date? Oh no, that I can totally picture and I love it. September 15th. Yeah, we got a bunch of September birthdays, I feel like. Having DJ'd a variety of clubs and events. Yes, I can. Hey, yo, I got the ice out. Due 18th. Decided it was nice in my mom's womb and came out on the 27th. I was forced out. Rude. I decided I wanted to get the heck out of my mom's womb. Was due in August. Mid-August. Came out in June. Late June. These days, they won't let you get more than a week past your due date. Back in my day, a home computer was only for the rich. I was a kid when MTV first came out. Man, MTV. I bet they actually played music videos. I was stayed past her eviction date too. Gwen, we evicted 4 days early. I feel like I annoy you when I send you TikToks now, Coach Magoots. No, you don't. I have two accounts. I created a personal one just in case. I still don't fully understand how clicking on links and TikToks work, because like when you send me a link, it knows that it came from you, which is very weird. And so I didn't know if you could ever see when you, like when I tap on it, if it shows like who viewed the link you sent out. And so I created a separate account because again, I can't conflict, like I can't combine those two worlds. So yeah, I'm not to the point where TikTok is like my go-to if I'm like looking for, you know, 3-4 minutes to fill my time. I still go to Twitter, but it's less often. I just end up not filling my time. But yeah, all my cousins' 4 kids were early. Maybe old in my body, but I'm young at heart. 100% can agree with that, Charles, with the young at heart. Only had to threaten one kiddo. She came before induction, but the boy, he was stubborn. I had to tell him it's time. Her newest summer was 2 weeks early. They did lose. I was so excited to finally see what Duran Duran looked like. Preemie babies are warriors, though. Mr. Peachy was preemie, too. I was born the day before my mom's birthday, so I was her questionable B-Day present. Actually born 3 months early in October. I was only 2 pounds, 6.8 ounces. Holy cow. Duran Duran shaped the type of boys I chased after. Wow. So big chins, blonde hair, and black roots. With white blazers and folded up cuffs. All right, guys. I think with that, I have a meeting starting in about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Let's not forget that. I was a fat kid. My poor mom, 10.8 pounds. Oh, goodness. You were double me. More than double me. I was less than 5 pounds. Dang. I was born on Halloween a couple days early. My mom was eating crab legs at home, and somebody set off a firework outside, and it started her into labor? A firework for Halloween, though? Great Cyberpunk stream, Lutz. Thanks for the gameplay. Absolutely. Absolutely my pleasure. I probably still am more than double you. Oh, DJ. More to love. That's all. I'm not a liar. This was, in fact, a Cyberpunk stream. We may have only be playing Cyberpunk here for like 1 minute, but I'm not a liar, you guys. Hey, farewell, Sir Lutz of House Goods. They wouldn't do a C-section either, really? I was a C-section, baby. Roach race? Shoot. I actually would do roach race right now if I could.
Apparently the court figured it wasn't.
All right, everybody. You guys like Cyberpunk? Woo! Little run around the room. And let's go ahead and save. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for me. Let's go meet up in the tavern. All right, yes. Good day of side questing in Cyberpunk today. Good day. Fantastic gameplay. Really enjoyed that. Absolutely. 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 Hey, Steph. How you doing today? Top effort. Absolutely. You know what? Some days, you know, that's the thing. I think that's what they're talking about. Some days you just, you know, when you press the start streaming button, you don't feel like playing the game, but, you know, I'm glad I played the game today. I'm really glad I played the game. So, true man of integrity. Menu item. Let's go. Technically correct is the best kind. Fun fact about PG, I was born at 7:11 p.m. So as a kid, I'd always say I was born at 7-Eleven and be like, you were born at a gas station? That's actually, you could use that as a two truths and a lie. I would definitely use it for that game. I was born at 7-Eleven. I'm dying over here. Did you just turn up, Steph? First, lovely chatty day, cathartic even. Have an absolutely amazing day, all you epic guilty peoples is. You as well, DJ. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. Yeah, I didn't necessarily plan a just chatting stream, but it was thoroughly enjoyable. Your all company is honestly, it's why I've continued to do this, you know? started streaming at this schedule just over 2 years ago. You know, if people didn't show up, I probably wouldn't, I wouldn't still be doing it. You know what I mean? So having you guys all here means a lot. You have a wonderful day too, Charles, and everybody else. I'm well, thank you. Enjoyed listening to the chit chat today. You're all wonderful people, wonderful peeps, and I would like to think we would have been friends in high school. I would like to think that too. Maybe if you read faster, Lutz, maybe. If I read like the disclaimer guy on radio commercials, maybe that would work. And I didn't ever ask any follow-up questions. You been doing some feng shui? How, like, what kind of stuff you been doing? Are you organizing IRL, or are we talking like, are we talking in-game somewhere? I just realized I didn't give a good ending point. I'm sorry. All good. All good. Let me go out some thank yous real quick, because as always, must thank. Bookpunk, Ursa, and Charles, thank you so much for the gold coins, my friends. Chaotic, Coleman, and Iron on the mod squad. And our Kofi members, Bookpunk, Coleman, Iron, Phil, Fresh, Curry, Peachy, and Spooky. Make sure you wash your hands afterwards. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do have a meeting starting up in about 2 minutes. Let me pull up the old Twitchosphere here. We have not... I actually was going to raid Captain Shambles the other day, and then he was having some troubles with his stream. I don't know, for some reason he just, like, I think he lost connection or something like that. And it seems that it's his birthday. So we were introduced by Captain Shambles via Chaotic. How long ago has it been? It's been a while now. But I have not raided him since. So what if we go over to Captain Shambles playing some Diablo 3? Maybe he'll get me into Diablo as well, because I've actually never played any of the Diablo games, but I know for a fact I'd like them. And maybe we'll try to brighten up his birthday. How's that? No idea? Yeah, good guy. Yeah, and you've known him for quite a while too, Chaotic, I believe. So, friends, I think we will go ahead and throw it on over to Captain Shambles. You met him streaming, for sure. And let's wish him a happy birthday. But thank you all so much. A little change of plans. Obviously did not get much accomplished in Cyberpunk, but we did play Cyberpunk. We can't say we didn't. All right? But appreciate you hanging out with me as we kind of pulled a left turn. So, yeah. Friends, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Valheim day. We'll get back into the server and trying to prep for the next battle. So until tomorrow, take care of yourselves and others. I will see you then. Have an amazing day. Love you all. Goodbye.